Ukraine's President Zelenskyy, is meeting with President Biden. Earlier today, he met with a number of U.S. senators, including our next guest, the Republican Lindsey Graham from South Carolina. Senator Graham, it's good to see you. Tell us about that. Take us in the room there.
Thank
I know
you.
from what I saw, you two had
Sure.
a conversation, I'm sure. What was it like?
Well, number one, I really admire President Zelenskyy. What Ukraine has done is amazing. Everybody told us they would fall in 4 days, and now they've destroyed half the Russian army. Not one soldier, American soldier, has been lost. For 5% of our defense budget, it's important we keep helping them. But here's what I told President Zelenskyy. Number one, him being here doesn't help. They're trying to use President Zelenskyy, I think, in a way that makes it worse, not better. I'm all in for Ukraine, but I'm not going to do anything for Ukraine, Israel, or, Taiwan until we secure our own border. I'm worried about a 9/11. The FBI director said last week he's never seen threats at this level, blinking lights everywhere. So I told President Zelenskyy, we're with you, but we've got to change our border policy. That has to be part of the deal. That's what I told him.
I want to know what specifically. Senator Thune was on with us a few minutes ago, and he was telling me that the Democrats have moved a little on asylum laws. We were trying to dig into the specifics, but he said it wasn't enough. I mean, when you say you want more on our border policy, what do you want that the Democrats are not willing to budge on yet?
Stuff that works. So we had the lowest crossings in December of 2020 in the last 40 years. They changed all Trump policies, and the rest is history. We're having about 9,500 a day come across. People believe once you get to America, you never leave, so let's stop, catch, and release. I want the asylum standard to be raised higher. I want people to wait outside the country for their hearing that may take a couple of 3 years to have. I want the administration to stop granting parole on a mass basis. In violation of the statute. That will lower the numbers. On
the asylum hearings, that's the interview when they come in. You want to see more. You want that to be a stricter interview. Is that basically what it is? So more people get stopped. That's they're not budging on that.
Yeah. This is why I come to your network and actually talk. Yeah, you're right. The bottom line is the credible fear standard is too low. 90% of people who seek asylum are denied when they have the hearing. So the screening is obviously not tough enough. Under international law, you're supposed to apply for asylum in the first safe place you go to. People are coming through numerous countries to get here because they prefer to get here. So if you enforced international law, you have to apply in your first safe third country. You raised the credible fear standard, and you made people wait outside the country for their hearing. It would overnight change the numbers.
Now, credible fear that's the term they use for the screening interview. Somebody comes in, and that's the interview that they give them right now. So the other side of that argument is, you've been involved in this issue for years and years. We used to talk years ago about some sort of bipartisan immigration reform. Is that you don't want to be too tough. You don't want to be draconian, to use some of the terms the Democrats are using on that, because some people are fleeing from terrible, terrible situations, war, and all the rest. And so where's the line on that?
Right. Well, number one, I'd like to do the Afghan Adjustment Act, would give the Afghans who fled the Taliban a place to stay. Here's where the line is. We have unsustainable numbers. We're on track to do 3.5 million people at the border. The Biden administration has created the perception if you apply for asylum, you never leave. If they saw people waiting in Mexico, they wouldn't pay $10,000 to come here, risk their own lives. We've got to end, catch, and release. So here's where the line should be drawn. When 90% of the people are being denied asylum, you've got to change your screening standard because they're too weak. Making people stay outside the country before they have the hearing will stop the flow. Stop abusing parole. Don't let 140,000 people in when it's supposed to be done on an individual basis. 9/11 attack on our country is real. The FBI director said he's never seen it this high before in terms of threats. So I'm going to tell President Biden, I want to help on Ukraine. I want to get that right, but you got to change policy or we're going to get attacked here.
So you think the risk of inaction on our country is a terrorist attack on domestic soil, on U.S. soil? What's the international risk of inaction? In other words, like, what happens in Ukraine if they don't get the money pretty soon? I mean, there's a risk there too, isn't there?
Well, I think, right. 100%, but NATO can help, other countries can help. So here's the big risk. After Afghanistan, Terrorism is on the rise. Putin jumped into Ukraine thinking, the store's open here. I think the most immediate risk that I worry about is a 9/11 attack on our country.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.